Hey everybody, Angelica here, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be watching episode 9 of season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead, People Like Us. I'm really excited to see, because I didn't even think about the fact that the last episode, for people that were probably watching it live and everything, the last episode was technically mid-season finale, and I didn't even think about that. So like, I can imagine watching that live and 100% thinking that Madison could have died there. Like I said in that, like, my last review was so lengthy because the idea, so much happened the last couple of episodes, and the idea that Strand, Lucy, and Alicia were doing everything that they were doing was because they Madison sacrificed herself, to save everybody, and that only happened because of all the good things that they were doing to help people like Mel and shit like that. And he ended up stealing the vehicle, and in their head, that's why they were being so vengeful and why they were willing to like kill like anybody to get what they wanted for what they thought would probably give them like peace of mind or like some kind of maybe closure, possibly is what they maybe thought they would get out of that. But to go after fucking Al and Morgan because they're with Naomi, which I understand their frustration and like their betrayal, the feeling of betrayal with Naomi, because like even it's like a part of me is like, okay, I get if you're really on the side of the road with nowhere to go. I get why a part of me gets the idea why she would go, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, I also understand why Alicia, Strand, and all them would still see that as like fucked up, because it's like, even if you're on the side of the road, fuck those people. Look what they did to us. This happened because of them. How could you even think about like working with them or being cool with them or anything like that? So I can understand that feeling of like, that's fucked up that you did that. And I also think I think I'm getting as I'm editing those episodes and everything, I think I'm understanding the timeline a little better. I think so. Madison and Al met before they got to the stadium. What I think is it's also before maybe she even found her kids, because Strand said a couple episodes ago that Madison found him. He found Alicia. He found Nick. He found Luciana, she found Luciana and everything. Like, I wonder how long she was out and about after, because we saw her get in the water or out of the water when the dam originally like was released and everything. She was the only one that we saw get out of the water. So how long was she like out there scavenging and looking around trying to find her family before she meets up with Al and shit like that? And then when does she find her kids and shit too? You know what I mean? I wonder if we're gonna get more explanation with that. If they're gonna explain more, they have this episode, and then they have like what 7 episodes or something like that to kind of tell us what they're going to do, like tell us how they're going to like wrap up the timeline for it to all. I mean, it's intertwining really well. Like, I think Al knowing Madison knowing John and Morgan knowing Naomi knowing Strand, Alicia. It's like a little small world kind of situation, and I think that ties in well, and that's being done pretty well. I just still wonder how it's going to tie up to explain still how they even got together in the first place and how she saved them all. Madison saved them all originally. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to get into this episode. I don't want to chit chat too much because I've been as confusing as this season kind of has been. Not super confusing. I just think sometimes it was hard for me to understand. Like, there was no distinction 1000% to really tell what the difference was with the timeline, because some shows they'll either like maybe change the coloring of the past, or maybe they'll like sometimes go, I know they would say before and after But they wouldn't, like, they wouldn't do that all the time. So then it would be hard for me to tell. So I think I think I got it more down. So I'm just really excited just to see where this season goes. Don't forget, I do have Patreon. If you want to catch any of these videos full length and early access, down in the description below. Okay, I think the best thing we could do is get into it. So let's just do it. Let's get it. Let's go. I know. Oh, I didn't even mention John is literally injured and shit too. Like, he is not doing. I know she saved, like, she was able to get him the medicine and everything like that. But I wonder how well he's gonna heal up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit! Okay, that's kind of scary how bad that wind is and that storm is. That would suck to be out and about in this weather. Ooh, new intro. It's the storm. It's literally the fucking storm. Look, it looks like a tornado's about to happen. And there's walkers walking and shit like that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of, that would be so freaky, actually. Go, like, dealing with the storm and walkers and all that shit all at the same time. No thanks. That's supposed to be Morgan? It was. Is he looking for something, it looks like, too. I wonder if he's looking maybe for, like, medication, antibiotics, something like that. Is this... Like, is he just scavenging by himself, trying to get some food and stuff, or where's everybody else? Okay, I think that could be Al. Yeah, okay. So this must be probably maybe a few days after everything happened.
Hey, how's the leg, Morgan?
It's good.
John okay?
John's fine.
Oh.
Hey, you remember when you first interviewed me?
I think you mean the only time I interviewed you.
Yeah.
Are they not
You were asking questions about where I came from.
together anymore?
The king and his pet tiger. You
R.I.P.
finally ready to tell me what I want to know?
Well, I'm not going to tell you anything. But I will show you.
Oh.
I'm heading home, Al.
I will lose my fucking mind if I see any of the characters
I want
from
you
The
to
Walking
drive
Dead.
me.
I'm not even joking. I will, like, lose my fucking mind. I will lose my mind. Oh my goodness.
Hey, June.
It's gonna take me forever to call her June. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a few weeks. Look at, they got their own little, like, areas that they kind of hang out at and, like, sleep at.
Virginia. That's a long way from here.
I'm glad he's doing good.
I never should have left.
True.
My friend, I think he was right.
He was very right.
It's where I belong. Where I should be.
That's what you think. Then that's where you should go.
Aw, John. I like them together, too. They're such a good duo.
You could come. Alexandria is a good place.
I'm not sure I'll make it in my current state.
Okay, that's true. I could see.
Woman, I don't know if you will either.
I made it before. I'm with.
You don't know what's out there. I mean, I was thinking maybe June, Charlie, and me go back to my cabin when I'm able. Even that idea seems a little chuckle-headed.
That's not a bad idea, though.
My mind's made up.
I wonder what happens.
Well, when you gonna go?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, because Morgan doesn't show back up. At least I don't remember
When we stay
him.
for dinner, it's fish, but
Got a few more stops I gotta make before we leave in the morning.
we'll come by and say so long.
I will.
Of course.
Maybe you'll have changed your mind. You know, we got through a lot together, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, things harder than making it to Virginia.
I love
I
them.
appreciate this offer. I do. I think I got everything I need. Right here.
That's a sweet. Ah, you're such a good man. You're such a good man, John. Their friendship is such a good one. I can't. John's been in fucking 7 episodes, dude, and like his turnaround already. I really like the guy. I really do. It's just interesting how The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, some characters, they write, and I just, like, they're in my head fucking peak. They're like, I love them so much. Like Mr. Salazar, Travis, Nick. I feel like in my head those are fucking A1 peak characters in this show, which is crazy because I feel like a lot of people, probably the general population of the Watch That Show, probably fuck with Madison, Strand, and Alicia. Honestly, I'm probably the oddball, but people probably fuck with Nick too. But I'm interested to see how that goes. Oh, it's Strand. After I finish this show and everything, the whole show, I'm so excited to see everybody's like opinions.
Apologies.
And what's common?
And it appears my aim is off.
Are you drunk?
Doors unlocked.
He is! Drinking a glass of wine. That's funny.
What do you think? I've been rotating the collection. The wine cellar is quite extensive.
He is drunk. Is he just by himself, or is like
Where is
Alicia?
everybody?
I was just where's everybody else?
Luciana?
Is everybody drinking? Maybe. I wonder if she's like depressed. I mean, she is depressed. What do you mean? She is depressed. She probably misses Nick a lot.
I was hoping we could talk. See, I'm heading back to Virginia. Alice taking me. You got room for everybody.
Road trip. I've had my fair share of those.
That's funny.
I never want to set foot in that van again.
I don't blame her.
What makes you think that we'd embark on such a foolhardy journey?
You know the kind of people we'd run into. I can't go out there.
I've retired from scraping by just to survive. I found the best this crumbling piece of rock has to offer.
There's nothing for me where you're going.
Are they like giving up?
There's nothing for me anywhere.
That's so sad.
Enjoy your trip.
I feel bad. Really, I really do for the three of them. I don't know where Alicia is right now, but
And Alicia?
I don't think she ever moved in.
I think I saw her down by the garden last week.
I wonder where she's sleeping at. Maybe in this little cabin, this little garden house here.
Alicia? You here?
I mean, she's definitely been sleeping here. Huh? Did somebody send that? I'm confused. Or maybe that was a note that was already there before she... Maybe somebody, like, when the apocalypse happened, probably locked themselves upstairs somewhere.
Been through a lot. I know it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna get any better, but I think I can help you.
I need your help.
What are these?
Oh, I didn't write those. Right, someone did, and they're tacking them onto the dead.
And that's why you're drawing them out?
Well, one of them's gotta have something.
Interesting. So somebody is asking for help by putting
What
them
you
on the
doing here?
walkers?
It isn't safe.
Is that what I'm understanding?
There's no way of telling when these were written or if whoever wrote them is even still alive. But there's other ways to do what it is you're trying to do. Strand, Luciana, they said they haven't seen you for weeks.
Yeah, well, they won't help me with this.
That's not what I mean.
Oh, it's been weeks.
I'm heading back east in the morning.
Time flies in this show sometimes.
Heading back where I came from, and I think you should come along. I think it'd be good for you, and I think you could do a lot of good there.
It would have been great to see, for her to go there.
You may end up getting yourself hurt and leaving in the morning. You know where to find me if you change your mind.
Okay, I wonder what's gonna happen to when Morgan doesn't go,
Couple
right?
more weeks, we'll be able to fish again.
It's been so long, you might have to teach me.
Couple more weeks, they're stuck. It sounds like.
mean it?
Yeah. Caught more wide-mouthed bass this past month than I have my entire life.
Sean, not that. But you said to Morgan about wanting to go back to the cabin.
Yeah, I said that.
Do you think the cabin's even still there?
But I locked the door before I left. Did you not want to go?
No, I didn't say that.
I locked the door before I left.
I just...
That's hilarious, bro. What happened? What's going on? What's going on? Run, Charlie, run! As much as I don't want you to die like that, no. Or at all, honestly. You'll learn your ways. Why is she not trying to run away? Why is she not trying to run away? Run away!
This kid.
Maybe she was just in shock that it was so close to her and shit. I mean, I could see that. Is that fresh? Is that new? Or has that been there the whole time? Okay, God, that scared me. They're drunk and shit. Ah! Oh my God. I swear oh my God. Stop! Oh my Jesus effing Christ. Ah! You didn't hear that? You didn't hear that? You didn't hear that?
These grapes were not meant for wrath.
Oh my god.
I think it's time we found that breach.
Jesus Christ. That scared the shit out of me. My heart was beating. Oh my god. I'm just so nervous about people dying and shit.
I want you to think about telling me what just happened down there.
Is she a little suicidal maybe? Blames herself for what happened and everything?
Just think about it. She didn't even call for help.
At
She
all.
don't say much these days.
Thanks for your help.
I mean, I think she does feel bad. I mean, at the end of the day, I think she's realizing, like, she probably shouldn't have killed Dick. Probably shouldn't have did all that shady shit with Mel in the first place.
We gotta go see what's going on.
You're not up for it.
Well, you can't go alone.
I'll go with
I'm
her.
coming with you.
No.
I'll go.
Yes.
You
Thank
said you
you.
leave.
Yeah, not till the morning.
If something goes wrong.
You'll be the first to know.
Ooh, walkies.
Anything goes wrong?
I'm so nervous. Like, my heart is just like, I got anxiety right now, dude. Ugh. I'm just so nervous. I just feel like something bad's gonna happen to make Morgan have to stay. Because I know he does not go back to The Walking Dead. We don't see him again in The Walking Dead. After season 8 of The Walking Dead, we do not see Morgan anymore. So something has to change his route and his destination for him to not want to go anymore. And I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm nervous. Oh, it's Nick's little book. Or not Nick's book. That's the book he gave Nick, that Nick was reading when literally Charlie shot him.
I was only looking at the note, not how they got onto the dead. It's AGO, a lumber.
Okay.
So whoever's writing these needs more help than I thought.
I'll go check it out myself.
No, I'm going with you.
You don't have to.
I'm going.
Alicia feels really obligated to do this too because of like the purpose that her mom was building and her brother and everything like that. Especially after watching that video of her mom literally saying, I hope they don't lose that part of themselves. Did you see the windmills going really fast? Because that fucking storm is gonna happen. My brain just forgot about the storm. My brain forgot about the storm. I forgot about the storm. It was literally the intro.
You're gonna have to backtrack.
And my brain just forgot about it. I know it's gonna happen.
Pretty...
God, I'm so nervous.
Hold on.
Oh. That's
You
more.
ever seen one of these before?
Did Morgan put that looks like Morgan.
Let me grab my camera. We need to keep moving. I want to grab tape on this real quick.
I'm nervous. Those supplies and
What did you
the
say
ones that
about
Morgan
me?
had seen.
Who? John. I know you interviewed him before. It's not really how this works.
Is there rules to this now?
The others told me about Naomi.
Who's June?
No one said anything about a June.
You can do your own story if you want.
You don't have to. I really just came here to help. I mean, I got my motives, but maybe it would help.
So what happens after? You know, say you're right, and we help this person. What then?
Well, it won't matter to you. You'll be on your way.
I left in a rush. Didn't even say goodbye to people. So they don't know where I went
This is true.
or what happened to me.
You just ran.
Yep.
Thought it was the only thing. Thought it's what I had to do.
They might not be there.
No, they're there.
There. Oh,
See, that strong,
pending a timeline, they might not be there actually.
like you. That friend I told you I got back there. The one who said I would find my way back to the world, back to people.
Talk about Rick or Jesus?
See, I left straight after I heard that to get away, make it so that he was wrong.
Rick, I think.
I just want to look him in the eye and tell him he was right. I think he deserves to know.
I love you, Morgan.
I'm just telling you, because I don't want you to find out one of the harder ways.
That should keep the wolves out of the hen house.
At least we're doing some productive stuff right now.
What are we doing here?
Enjoying the bounty of our discovery.
Victor, I don't know what's left. Where to be, what to fight for.
I see we've been asking ourselves the same questions. I'm at least going to enjoy myself while I ask them.
Solid point. They kind of like lost hope. Strand losing Madison, Lucy losing Nick. We don't have purpose right now.
Whoever's asking for help, they got a reason for asking. So let's figure out why before we go rushing in there.
I'm so nervous.
You coming?
I just got a bad feeling. I don't know. My gut, I just have a bad feeling right now. he making like a board game or something? That's kind of cool. I like it. John's such a good soul.
You don't have to say anything. But I do want to ask you a favor. You play a game with me. I made some extra Z's in case you had a hankering for pizza. Word-wise.
Okay, I'm kind of feeling bad for Charlie now. She is really young, you know what I mean? Like, I'm giving her a hard time.
You want to go first?
She is a child.
You know, there was a time I didn't talk much either.
True. A whole year.
I had done something I wasn't too proud of, sort of thing that just won't let you be.
I wonder if this is after that guy he killed at the gas station.
You're thinking on it. It starts
While off duty.
to eat away at you. So you start thinking, maybe there'll be nothing left. Nothing worth keeping anyway. But then something happened. I found somebody to talk to. Well, she found me.
Oh, talk about Naomi.
Point is, telling her brought me back to the world. Allowed me to forgive myself.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Sorry if I overstepped. I just thought it was worth saying. You can play a word whenever you want.
John, you have a way with words, I will say that much, because you got me a little teary-eyed.
You wait here. I'll be right back.
Oh. What are you doing, Charlie? Oh, no. And where are you going to go by yourself? Oh, that's not good.
Nice to see you ambulatory again.
I got a good nurse.
You caught me doing a little light housekeeping. What do I owe the pleasure?
Charlie took off. She's out there on her own somewhere. Given my physical limitations, I'm worried if I look for her by myself, she's gonna remain that way.
You do realize who you're coming to.
June and Al are miles away. Morgan, I'm not sure where he is.
What makes you think I would help? She shot my friend.
True.
I took a bullet in the gut on account of the people at this address. Self included.
Facts.
Way I see it, you owe me.
Touche.
You'll have to drive. I've been drinking rather heavily today.
Right.
Leave the glass of wine here, Strand. Don't take it with you. You need to sober up. Careful walking under that thing. Watch it just fall and hurt y'all. How do you get him here? This is a setup. 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 This is a setup, right? I feel like this is a setup, dude. Because how you stuck upstairs, but all the notes are pinned all over. I don't understand. I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous. Oh, my goodness.
There.
Oh?
They've got to be trapped in that room.
Hey, no.
I'm doing this.
I know. So let me help you.
I just feel like I don't understand how he got the notes on the wood out there. I can understand how he got the notes on the walker. Maybe open the door slightly, stapled one, close the door, you know? And then maybe that walker walked away, and that's how Alicia saw the notes. But, like, why was there notes on the wood and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. I'm hoping I'm just being a paranoid ass motherfucker. I'm hoping I'm just being paranoid, and I'm gonna edit this and be like, oh my god, you were dramatic. That was cool. But I'm just nervous. I just have a gut feeling. I don't know what it is. I'm just nervous. Oh wow, he died. The notes were old. Oh, okay. At least it wasn't a setup. I'm being paranoid, I guess.
It's been like that for days. You couldn't have saved him.
I feel bad for Alicia right now. She's trying to find purpose and shit like that, and it.
My mom would have found him. She would have saved him.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You hold Madison up on a pedestal sometimes. Recently.
I was out there a long time. Strand, Luciana, and Nick. Looking for those people. Doing whatever we had to do.
Wasn't worth it though. I'm sure.
I was good at that.
No, you're good at this.
Like your mom used to be. Before the stadium. She changed though.
Yep.
So you can change.
Yep. Morgan's not, he hasn't even met her, dude. And he understands.
Make up for her.
I do too.
Everybody in this show does, really. Really. Nobody's hands are clean.
Why are you sleeping in the greenhouse? You're looking to save this person that gave you a reason, didn't it? A reason to run away. But Strand and Luciana, they need you.
They do.
You could help them, save them like your mom did.
Give them some sense of purpose.
You could just
and
be
peace.
there for them.
Ooh. Let's get into her. They lost your brother. Don't let them lose you, too.
I could, but you could be there for us too. Right?
1000%. That's why he's gonna stay. She's like, be here for us. Let us
Why are you leaving?
Let us be your people. Damn. Morgan out here saving one soul at a time.
Can you turn that off for a minute? I do want to talk. I just
Off the record.
want him to hear what I'm going to say.
Sure.
She's like, I'm not nosy. I don't need to record.
John fell in love with Laura. I'm not Laura. I'm the woman who got scared and ran away. And not just from John,
Literally everybody.
from everyone. It's who I am.
You can change, though.
John wants to go back to the cabin. And if we do, I'm afraid he's going to realize that I'm not Laura.
I mean, he barely knew Laura. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
When he realizes that,
I get it, though. What she's scared about.
I don't really give advice. Not really what I do.
I just want to hear the details and the tea, and that's it.
But since we're just talking,
Off the record.
off the record, you're with John every day, nursing him back to health. That's who you are now.
That's true, too. That's true, too.
Yesterday's yesterday, and today's today. And God knows if there'll be a tomorrow.
Facts, though. 100%, especially in this world. Look at Al.
I sound like my mom.
Getting sentimental.
Why I don't do this?
She's probably lost a lot of people in her life, too. I'm scared about this storm. This storm is going to happen out of nowhere, I feel. I'm stressing. I would be like, where are they going to go?
It's not from a bridge that's out.
It's a
We
storm.
have to get back. Now.
Oh my god. This is such an icky feeling that I have right now. I hate this feeling. I'm so scared that somebody's gonna like die or something. I'm so nervous. And Charlie, look, she's out in this fucking weather and I'm not gonna lie. I don't want her out in this weather right now.
She's from a middle school in the next town.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully Charlie at least found a building and shit. You guys can maybe go inside of a house. But if it's a tornado and
You
shit.
need to know I used to be a cop.
I used to be a millionaire.
That's hilarious.
Everybody used to be something.
He's over here because he's drinking while they're operating a vehicle.
Is this your plan now?
You got a better one?
June, Charlie, they did come to my cabin with me.
And then, what happens after that?
I'm still sorting that part out.
Aren't we all?
No, we need to find some place to hold up.
I'll be fine!
Hey!
I said I'll be fine!
I'm nervous. Stubborn. So fucking nervous.
Strand?
Oh my god. What if it's like not just a walker? God, my heart's pounding.
Hey!
Wait, is that what?
Charlie! What do you want? Haven't you done enough?
Oh, Luciana, I don't give a fuck. Close the door. You're stuck out there. It almost seemed like, for a second, I thought that was a figure of her imagination. But it's not. Yeah, Nick. She thought of Nick.
Charlie! Are you there, John?
Yeah, where are you? You okay?
There's a storm. It's coming your way.
Yeah, it's here. Where are you? You okay?
Oh my god.
June.
I am so. I've said it like 1,000 times. I'm nervous.
John, do you copy? What are you doing? When I welded a half ton of artillery to the roof, I made a few trade-offs. Driving in 100-mile-an-hour winds was one of them.
Ooh.
What was that?
Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. That wind's crazy, bro. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, that's a crazy way to end an episode. Oh my god, that had me so nervous. The fact that they like teased me that entire time and didn't actually do anything makes me feel like so silly for being nervous in the first place. But something's gonna. Where'd my pencil go? I had it the whole time in my hand and now it's gone. I'm just fucking curious how we survive this one. How we survive this one. How we get out of this one. How we get out of this one. I'm over here. I'm hoping Luciana finds Charlie. As much shit as I was giving that girl, as much hate as I was giving her, and I still don't agree at all with what she did to Nick and shit like that, but like, she doesn't deserve to die, and not, especially not this way. Like her trying to find shelter and safety and just get like swept up in this storm. If this storm is throwing walkers against Al's fucking truck and shit like that, it's definitely probably strong enough to sweep up but fucking what is she, 13? 12? A year-old girl, you know what I mean? So I am nervous for that. I understand Naomi or June. I understand her like feeling that John may not like her for who she really is, because she always felt that she had to put this facade and this like image up. But like, if I remember correctly with what I watched in episode 5 of season 4 with the episode titled Laura, I feel like she was very quiet and distant. She didn't give I feel like she was pretty raw of who she was. I think she thinks that she was like not being real with John, and I think she thinks that maybe she thinks she doesn't deserve John, or maybe she's nervous or doesn't want to actually pursue it, or think it's a possibility that she could get at, like that John could actually love her for who she really is, and maybe she's like not self-sabotaging, because maybe she like really thinks that, maybe she does really think that, but like I don't think that's the truth. I think when her episode with John, that was raw. I feel like that was real. I feel like she didn't give him, like, she didn't do a bunch to like show who she was, but I think every time she spoke to him, there was like a lot with it. Like whether when she told him that she lost a child, or whether, she said she told him that she was a nurse, and that she understood what it was to lose people because of being a nurse and shit like that. She understood loss and stuff and everything, and losing a child and stuff. Like, she got it. She understood she sympathized and reassured John that like what he did in the gas station when he had to shoot that guy that was holding the other people in the store and the store owner and shit like that at gunpoint. It was one of those things that, like, if he didn't do it, if he didn't shoot that guy, who knows who would have died. He gave him the warning, put your gun down. It's, John felt so much guilt to that, because John's such a pacifist and such a, like, he's very much like, I don't kill, like Morgan's like, I don't kill. John's like, I don't kill. Like, if I can avoid it, if they can avoid it, it's like the last option every single time when it comes to like how they deal with people. So I do think it's more of her own self-image to why she thinks John won't be happy with her going with him to the cabin, and I think she probably this goes to tell with, or ties in with her also, why she runs away all the time, why she leaves all these settlements and everything, because she doesn't think she deserves to be with people. She gets scared to be with people. She doesn't want to lose people. She thinks she isn't worthy of being in these groups with people because of her own self-image and everything that she's been through, and like her loss in her own personal life, with whether it was her husband, like she said that she lost in the beginning of the apocalypse, and her daughter that she lost just recently. Who knows how recent it was, but it sounds like it wasn't that long ago. Maybe within the last year or so, maybe possibly within the apocalypse, that she lost her daughter. So like Naomi just like she's a very like sad, I don't want to say a sad person because she's really strong and shit like that, but I think a part of her, she just has so much like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like she has a lot of like doubts and a lot of like, she's a very half glass full, even empty. You could say empty kind of, glass empty kind of person kind of thing. Like she's thinking of like all the worst possibilities to the point that she'd rather leave and like just get out of places before all the things that she could think happens. Like when it came to the stadium, John, all that stuff, like she thought of all the bad things that could happen. Her caring about them makes her want to leave those scenarios before all those situations could even happen. So I think it's interesting that she thinks that. I also I'm interested to see, one, how long the show decides to go with I don't want to say the confirmation that Madison's dead, because like I said, if I was watching the show live, I could understand the idea that Madison died there, because it's a mid-season finale. She sacrificed herself, for everybody. She came in with the flare. God, hundreds, at least 100, maybe 200 set of walkers came into the stadium while she's there with her flare. We see a big flash of light, and then it's like, that's it. As I said, watching that live, I could see that being Madison's, and knowing there's the rest of this season and 3 seasons after this, 4 seasons after this, Madison did not die there at all. No way. Like I said, she's a Rick. Nah, you know what? Why did I say she's a Rick? Rick's a Madison. All right? Rick's a Madison. All right? So they're not going to kill her off like that, right? Okay. She is a badass in her own what's the way, how do you say that? She's a badass in her own right. That's how you say that. She is so different than Rick is too, which I think that's what's cool, because Rick goes from being like a sort of a pacifist to crazy kind of like I don't fuck with nobody coming in the group, anybody that even looks at us sideways will kill you, to like understanding, to like letting people in the group and letting more people, like strangers and everything, join and everything. So Rick's a very up and down character too, but I feel like more of the show I fucked with Rick compared to me not liking Rick, compared to this show where Madison's so complex and like interesting and different than the rest of the characters in the show, besides like people like Strand and shit like that. Like some of these characters are really well written and they're interesting, whether I like them as a person, whether they're my top characters, that doesn't change that the show did well writing them. And I think people like Mr. Salazar, Madison, Strand, they carry the show. I think Strand hasn't done as much of like his usual like stuff where I'm like, okay, every time he's on the screen, it's whether he's being shady, funny, vibing with Madison, all that shit. Like, it hasn't been as much of that this season compared to like the last season and stuff, but I'm still interested to see where his character goes, where Lucy's character goes, because them two and Alicia are all kind of just floating. They don't have like a purpose. They don't have a guidance. They don't really know. Alicia's trying to find one. Alicia's trying to do what she thinks her mom would want her to do, what her mom would be doing, what she's really holding Madison up on a pedestal as. It's interesting when you think about how she talked about Madison and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I really like this show a lot, because when I edited I really like was rewatching the show when I edited this season and last season and season 2 and shit like that and season 1. So I feel like I really understand some people's characters. And when it comes to like Alicia and Nick, they go from like not fucking with Madison to like trashing on her a little bit to like judging her to like looking at her some type of way to like loving her and holding her up on this pedestal and stuff. And I don't know if that's just a switch from how like kind of like what Morgan said, she changed. So maybe that in between of her going from not fucking with people, agreeing with what Troy was doing back in season 3, and being more violent, and you know how she chose to go about with Walker's people, how she just chose to like ignore all the shitty things that Jeremiah and Troy's people low-key were doing to Walker's people, and how much they were being shady to them for like decades before the apocalypse had even happened and shit. So I think Madison becoming such, I don't want to say such a pacifist, because she's not as pacifist as like John and fucking Morgan, but she definitely had a big turnaround from how she was in the previous seasons. Like this season, she's definitely not like a Mr. Salazar kind of thing where she's like questioning people and shit. Like I think she's more of like giving people chances, trying to save people and stuff. I think the whole thing that happened with Mel was more understandable. I think she had her last straw with that kid. She had like was done with that guy. She's like, I'm over it. I've tried with this. I've been Mr. Nice Guy countless times with Mel. She was fucking over it. And so I understood her being like, you want to fucking go so bad? You want to come in here, fucking try to get my people to turn their backs on me, try to get people to fucking leave, try to do some shady shit to me and my people? I'm over it. You can fucking go then. You can fucking leave. I'm over it. So her telling him and making him Mel leave and shit like that, I understood that and I agreed with that. So I think that's why Alicia and everybody is like so lost, because they were being so pacifist because of Madison. They found hope in Madison. They found like happiness and joy. Like Madison was like, they were all just like a unit, a family, with being at the stadium this last year. So they lost everything when they lost Madison, when they lost Nick and shit like that. So they're like, that's why they're so vengeful, and why now that they don't have that revenge, they're so lost. So I'm really interested to see how, I really hope they find some peace, whether that's with Madison, you know, being alive, because they'll find peace once they find Madison, you know, and find out she's alive and stuff, because I know she's alive. Like I said, she's a badass. No way she's fucking dying like that. So when they find out she's alive, that's going to give them, I hope, some sense of peace. I hope Morgan's already giving Alicia some more sense of purpose and some understanding of how she's feeling. And I hope that conversation that she had with Morgan is why he ends up staying. And I'm also interested to see how, when if Lucy finds Charlie, when we all get together and and we're all like back together and everything, which hopefully nothing happens with this fucking storm and we all end up back in the same area and we're all friends again. What will go from here? Like, are we gonna try to find another like place? Will Morgan try to convince them again to go to Virginia, or is June, John, and Charlie gonna end up going at the cabin? I'm really, so much is, you know, going on with this season. Like, so much different shit has been going on with this season, and I've liked it. I definitely like season 3 more. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't dislike this season. I think it's interesting what they're doing with it, the timeline. It's not that it's, I think if you're paying attention enough, you'll understand the timeline. It's just sometimes I think when I'm watching it the first time, I'll get like confused, because I'm just trying to like keep up with the story, but then also try to remember other shit that I've seen to try to be like, okay, wait, so when she met list last episode, what does that mean for this episode? Or when they got with Morgan last episode, what happened with this one? You know what I mean? So I'm just interested to see what it all goes through. But don't forget, I do have Patreon if you want to catch any of these videos full length and early access down in the description below. But until next time, y'all have a good one. Deuces.